Octoling Experiment Story, Chapter 3, The Escape. Why are you here? I'm here to help you escape. Why? You're the one that brought me here. I have no choice. You had a choice. Listen, you were injected with Serum X. So what? Then my head was getting dizzy as I fall to the ground. My head hitting the pavement. Barely conscious. My eyes turned bright green. What's happening to me? That's the side effects. What? A green tendril then grows out of my back and goes to hit Zach. He dodges it and moves around me, stabbing me in the neck. With a syringe filled with green liquid. I go back to normal. Ugh, what happened? I injected you with Serum X. Most people have never survived this stuff. I was shocked that you actually survived the experiment. Seriously? What did it do to me? It's a genetic modified serum. It's supposed to change your body, make you a super soldier. But everyone injected with it was a failure. So the higher-ups assumed you were going to die from it. I was shocked when you actually survived. And for you to keep a stable state like this, you'll need daily injections. Thanks for the information, I guess. Now I can get you out of here with the others. Others? Yes. I'm not just laying you out for free. What do you mean? I need you to rescue Sarah, another Octoling, injected with the Sanitize Project. Sanitation Project? I thought that thing was dealt with years ago. It was, but apparently someone got their hands on it. Here. And they tested it on her. What if I refuse? Then, I will leave you here to rot. I'll rescue them on my own. After all, the doctor's not going to be too kind. He's probably going to have more than one injection for you. I figured. Those symptoms, felt like I was losing my mind. Yes, the real side effect of the serum. Most patients lost their mind before dying. Those who kept it only lasted about an hour, or even a few minutes at most. Then how am I so lucky? I don't know. It seems that the serum changed your DNA somehow. You're lucky you're alive, but the side effects I can see still happen. As Zach pulls out a briefcase. I have a briefcase full of serums for you to use. How did you get that? I may or may not have stuck into the doctor's lab. But as soon as I free one of my allies, the alarms will go off. I expect you to have Sarah freed. Fine. As he opens the cell, I'll hand you this briefcase at the meeting spot. I guess that's gonna have to work. Good. Now let's go rescue the others. We go to a different scene. A scene outside. No one has really known. We go to Kenobi's base. As Captain Inkwell, the head of the Inkling Resistance, had just arrived. I really should have paid him more. As another Inkling comes in after. So why am I here, boss? Green Kenobi spared your life, you know, back in the subway station. I could have taken the black sapfish with me. You didn't have to hire him. Of course I had to hire him. In case things went south, I need to hire someone to retrieve the black sapfish. I could have handled it. When the recovery team found you, you were only alive thanks to Green Kenobi. To be honest, I don't think he knew you were one of my operatives. Alice. Just be lucky that he let you live. I suppose you're right. He risked his life to protect this zapfish, even though he was going to get paid once delivered. But even though he got caught, he hid it. I gotta say, I have to acknowledge his commitment. Yes, but where's the zapfish? As then we hear a can be knocked over. As they both look, as a black zapfish comes out. It looks like he did. Leave the zapfish here. Well, we must retrieve it, as Alice goes to grab it, as it just jumps away. Hey, get back here! As Alice just chases it through the hall, as it turns around the corner, as Alice turns and runs into a pole, and just falls to the ground. Alice, Alice, Alice. You have to remember to check your surroundings. Don't just rush in. He got away. No, he didn't. He's currently above you. As Alice looks up, as he's just hanging off one of the equipment above her. As she attempts to jump at it to catch it, as it just flops over to Captain Inkwell and just gets on his hat. It seems like he likes hats. Interesting. Why that little... Calm down, Alice. We got what we came for. Let's go. As they walk out and into a helicopter. So, I will be discussing something when we get back. Yeah, I know, sir, but what about our forces? The Octoling army has been making big moves these past few years. I know. That's why I am commissioned to the border to help. You've been leading the border team for quite a while, sir. Of course. As Captain Inkwell myself, I must stay vigilant. I do feel bad for Green Kenobi, though. He wasn't really on the side of either side. He's just a person looking to make the money, as times in the Octoling forces are rough, to where several of their own people are constantly leaving their territory because of their military power. Civilians have no way to prosper. I understand that, sir. But even though Green Kenobi got caught, he's a kind man. After all, letting you live. Most Octoling wouldn't think twice to let an inkling like us live. And he showed no signs of disrespect towards me when I met him. As we get a flashback with Green Kenobi and Captain Inkwell. Hello, Green Kenobi. So you're Captain Inkwell. Yes, I'm trying to end this war. But I hear that the Octoling army has tried to make a weapon using this item, showing a zapfish. I need you to retrieve it. There's an auction where the zapfish had been stolen, or more of like an underground meetup. I want you to try to take the zapfish and bring it to me. I will pay you handsomely if you do. I guess I've got no other choice. I'm really desperate for cash. And honestly, you don't sound like a bad guy. Well, of course not. I only think for the safety of my people. I understand that. Not many Octolings have it safe out here. You're either sent to the work in the army, or you work for the factory and getting supplies. Nothing less. I understand you're in a dire situation, so I'll offer you another deal. I make sure you cross the border when this job is done. I'm down. Good. As the helicopter lands back at the main HQ, Inkling headquarters. So we go to the control room, where they had dropped the black zapfish off in a different room, as they had entered. So I will be gathering quite a few troops. What for, sir? We'll be attempting to bring back an old friend. Green Kenobi, we'll at least try. As the soldier enters the room. Did you have the information of Green Kenobi's whereabouts? No, sir. They're hiding him well. Expected of them. They obviously don't want the information of their black zapfish gain out. So they're probably holding him somewhere secure. But I will inform all agents. If you see this Octoling, let him in and let him join. He is an ally to us, as well as another member within the Octoling army. Who, sir? His name is Zach. He's been secretly passing us information for months. No idea why. But he turned a new leaf and has been giving us information, which has been great and useful. We've gotten locations, bases, and high-tech information from him. The location of the zapfish was all thanks to Zach. Well, that's good, sir. Unfortunately, we do not know his location, as we have not gotten in contact with him in quite a while. He's either died down his work, which is probably doing right now, is they're probably suspecting the spy in their ranks. Yes, that's probably the most likely scenario. Well, for now, I just want everyone to be on alert and make sure that they get here safe. Yes, sir. As we go back to Green Kenobi, who had just made it to Sarah's cell. So, Sarah, have you been? As he talks, Green Kenobi, is that you? I thought your name sounded familiar. You're alive? Of course I'm alive. You think they could have made me join the Octoling Army's ranks? I wasn't expecting to run into you, after all these years. Your family was right next and high up there in the Octoling Society. Yeah, that's what they... Yeah, that's what happens when we try to go peaceful negotiations. They eliminate anyone that tries it. I was lucky enough to escape. I wondered why you went missing. And look what happened to you for going into the politics of the Octolings. You're now an experiment just like me. Technically, I've been here longer than you. You're probably right, since I only came here about several days ago. Well, it's good to see you alive, friend. It's been a while. I wasn't expecting to see you here. Well, I wasn't expecting you either. Now stand back. As Green Kenobi grabs the bars and shatters them. Thank you. Now let's go. Zach and someone named Gear will be meeting us. Gear? What, you know her? She's alive? Yes. Or what I know she is. Oh, thank you. She tried to help me escape a while back. I don't know what happened to her, but we should get moving. As Green Kenobi peeks his head out, looking for any guards, as one passes by, as he ducks in. Alright. As one of the guards sees the open door to Sarah's cell and decides to walk in. Just seeing Sarah just sitting in her cell, but notice the broken bars. As he's about to call, he gets hit on the back of the head with a pipe from the cell, having the guard knock over and fall into the hard wooden floor. Alright, that should buy us at least maybe an hour. Let's go. As they walk out. So question, how did you escape the Octoling army back then? Wasn't easy. My family was always suspicious of the higher-ups, the higher people in power. So my parents were paranoid and had all these secret passageways. They came in useful for me. My parents weren't so lucky, though. I'm sorry to hear that. Yeah, I heard you went missing. When I read one of the papers. No idea where you went. I figured your father probably ratted you out, as he was on the Octoling army's side. You're probably right on that. Listen, Tracker's the main person of this facility, I know that much. You know the main person? I may have had a run-in with him in my younger days. It was before he was commander of this place. Of course, I had to feign ignorance, not wanting to get in more trouble as I already was. Well, smart thinking on your part. As they just reach the door, as an alarm goes off, we go to another room, where Zack walks in. Hello, Gear. As Gear was on the other side, looking away. You're back so soon? Yes. I'm here to get you out. It's gonna be impossible. You break the glass or even try to open a door, the alarm will be triggered. I already know that. But I can't leave you here. You're a friend and I'm not leaving you here. They'll just have more weight on me as they already do now. Fair point. I guess you can let me out. Stand back. As Zack pulls out a gun and shoots the bulletproof glass till it breaks. As the alarm goes off, let's go. As Gear follows. Now, Green Kenobi and Sarah had just made outside the facility, making a break for it. Alright, just keep running. We can't get caught. As they run for a good little bit, as they stop at an old campground. Whew. So, what did they use on you? For the experiments, I mean. Something called Serum X. Supposed to modify the DNA and make super soldiers, is what I was told. What? They injected you with that? What, you know more about it? Yes. It was not just meant to make super soldiers. It was also meant to make monsters. It was supposed to modify the human body. If it didn't work, it would create these creatures, but they wouldn't last more than a few days. What do you mean? The victims would change shape, they would turn to these creatures. But their life expectancy was very short, only living a few days or a few hours after their change. So I'm glad I managed to cope with it for now, at least. How are you still conscious, or even have anything? You've said you've been here for a few days. Yes. Apparently they keep me stable by injecting Serum X into me constantly. Every few days, I believe. But a large dose should really keep me in control for a while. And I don't lose any functions, what Zack told me. Well, that's good. I heard you got sanitized, and by the looks of it, I was right. Yes. So, Zack, what do you know about him? All I really know, he's a friend of Gear. He told me to rescue you, or else he wouldn't give me the serum I need. I see. So he's technically bribing you. At this point, I technically have no choice. I suppose you're right. Listen. When we get there, I most likely won't be going with y'all. What do you mean? Listen. They're gonna go after us. I know that. But they're wanting to know where the Zapfish is. And the only person out of us that know it is me. Wait, you actually had the black Zapfish? Yes. They're gonna not stop searching for you until they get answers. Why do you think I was in a cell for so long? Every day they would interrogate me, trying to figure out where I hid it. By now, it's long gone, though. What do you mean? That's not important. Let's go. As we go to the meetup, where Zach and Gear had arrived. Where are they? We don't have too much time. They'll be here soon. They need to get here. As Sarah and Green Kenobi just arrive. Hello, Zach. And I assume that's Gear. As Sarah rushes and hugs Gear. Thankfully, you're alright. I thought you had died. I'm fine. Had to get some cybernetics, but I'm alive. Now, fulfill your end of the deal, Zach. As he slides the briefcase of the serums, as he opens it up. Why is there only 4? They didn't have many where I could get. This will last me probably for a month. No more, no less. I know, but that's all I could get my hands on. This stage keeps getting worse and worse. Well, anyway, we'll be going across the border. I'll contact my ally to pick us up. Y'all go ahead. I'll catch up. What do you mean, Green Kenobi? I need to stay here for a little bit. I'll catch up with y'all. As well, Gear and Zach walk out. Go ahead and go with them, Sarah. Sure thing. She also walks behind. Now they're gonna be here in a little bit. As Zach just Green Kenobi is scrolling through the place. Come on. I know it's around here somewhere. There's usually always something. As he finds some gasoline. That will do. As he grabs the gasoline and starts dumping it all over the place. I'm gonna need more than this to make this place go up in smoke. He just goes searching around. As he finds a underground area. As he has a light. As he looks around, as there's boxes of TNT. Well, at least in this time, every Octoling building was made with the explosive emergency, just in case it was taken over by Inklings. I guess it's good for me. Now I just sit and wait. As we go to a team looking for Green Kenobi and the others. Yeah, they're this way. Raiden, what are you doing? I'm on their tail. Oh, right, I forgot you were one of the modified soldiers. Yes, now let's go. Red, we have no time. I suppose you're right. We know they're this way. So we'll go and find them. They're somewhere in this direction. As they keep walking. So who are we after? Zach doesn't know any more information as everything has changed. So our main priority right now is to get Green Kenobi. Any of the others is a bonus, I suppose. I know. but he has to be in the area. You know, with the ability I was given, I can track my opponents down. And I'm focusing on Green Kenobi. Now, we should be approaching on the building now, as they stand right outside the building. Well, anyway, we should go in. We go back to Green Kenobi inside, as he looks out the window and sees them. Okay, no time like the present. As he grabs his briefcase and drops the match, and he books it out the back and jumps out a window as it explodes, sending him flying into the trees. Why did I think this was a good idea? As he falls, ow, 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 as he's hitting every branch on the way down, as he lands on his back. Oh, that hurts. As we go back to the team outside, as they are blown back, both of them hitting a tree. It looks like Green Kenobi left us a little gift. Well, we're gonna have to make sure to pay him back. As Raiden gets up. Come on, Red. Red? As he looks over, as Red is unconscious and covered by a tree. I guess the hunt will have to wait. As he goes to treat Red. At least you're safe. We can't have any more casualties during this time. The boss, I would never hear the end of it from Tracker. As he starts bandaging up Red's head. As we go back to just Green Kenobi. Oh. As he opens the suitcase to make sure everything's fine. No. As he opens it, as two of the vials got damaged in the explosion. I don't know how long I've got now. As he quickly picks up his briefcase. But as he stands, the wounds he received of falling through the trees were all healed. As then an sensation of something comes over him as he falls to the ground. I guess the regeneration from this ability increases the process. As he grabs one of the syringes and stabs it into his leg, injecting him. I gotta make sure not to get hurt. If I use the last, I don't know how long I have. Yeah. Well, better head to the abandoned city nearby. And that's the end of Part 3, Chapter 3, The Octoling Experiment Escape. Make sure to like and subscribe for more.